Our planet breathes, its atmosphere and oceans in constant motion, weaving together the story of life on Earth, its rhythms shaping life for millennia, guiding migrations, harvests, and the very cycles of weather that sustain us. Among these powerful rhythms is the El Niño Southern Oscillation, or ENSO, a vast, intricate dance between ocean and atmosphere that stretches across the Pacific, influencing weather on every continent. Today, scientists are watching closely as La Niña, the cooling phase of this cycle, begins to stir once again, hinting at changes to come. La Niña is marked by cooler surface waters in the central and eastern Pacific, a subtle shift, but one that can ripple across the globe, touching distant shores and faraway skies. Strengthened trade winds push warm water westward, allowing cold, nutrient-rich water to rise near South America, fueling marine life and altering local economies. This upwelling triggers a chain reaction, shifting jet streams and altering weather patterns far beyond the Pacific, from torrential rains to unexpected droughts. Meteorologists now see a strong chance, over 50%, that La Niña will develop in the coming months, a probability that grows with each new data point. For some regions it may bring desperately needed rain. For others, it could mean parched fields, floods, or a heightened risk of hurricanes. La Niña shapes not only weather but harvests, water supplies, and even the spread of disease. Understanding La Niña is vital for predicting and preparing for its global impacts, helping communities adapt and build resilience in a changing world. As we stand on the cusp of this shift, we're reminded how even a subtle change in the Pacific can echo across continents, connecting us all through the planet's ever-changing rhythms. ENSO, or the El Niño Southern Oscillation, has two distinct faces: La Niña, often called the cool sister, and El Niño, her warmer, more unpredictable brother. These climate patterns are born in the Pacific Ocean, but their effects ripple across the globe. During El Niño, trade winds weaken, allowing warm water to surge eastward. This shift often brings heavy rains and flooding to the Americas, while Australia and parts of Southeast Asia can experience severe drought and heat waves. La Niña does the opposite, strengthening trade winds, piling warm water in the western Pacific, and fueling intense monsoon rains in Asia and Australia. Meanwhile, the Americas often face dry spells and even drought conditions. These are not just local weather quirks, they're powerful global shifts that can last for months or even years, influencing weather, agriculture, and economies worldwide. For example, La Niña often means a more active Atlantic hurricane season, with more storms forming, while El Niño tends to suppress hurricane activity by increasing wind shear. By closely tracking sea surface temperatures and atmospheric pressure, scientists can forecast which ENSO phase is coming next, giving communities and governments valuable time to prepare for potential impacts. Right now, the odds strongly favor La Niña's return by year's end, setting the stage for another round of global weather changes. El Niño and La Niña once played out on a stable stage, their rhythms shaping weather patterns in ways that were familiar and, to some extent, predictable. But now, climate change is rewriting the script, introducing new variables and pushing the boundaries of what we thought possible. Even as La Niña cools the Pacific, global temperatures remain stubbornly high, defying the cooling effects that once brought temporary relief. Today's La Niña is warmer than any in the past, as the world's oceans have absorbed most of the planet's excess heat, storing it deep below the surface and releasing it back into the atmosphere. A warmer atmosphere holds more moisture, making La Niña's rains more intense and its droughts more severe, with weather swings that can devastate communities and disrupt lives. The natural variability of ENSO is now layered atop a relentless warming trend, amplifying extremes and making every event more unpredictable. The last decade has been the hottest on record, and even after a strong El Niño, the heat lingers, refusing to fade as it once did. La Niña is no longer just a natural cycle, it's interacting with a changed climate, making outcomes less predictable, more volatile, and often more dangerous for people and ecosystems alike. As we anticipate La Niña, we must recognize this new reality, where preparation and adaptation are more important than ever before. The stakes are higher, the risks are growing, and our response will shape the future for generations to come. The last La Niña was a rare triple dip lasting from 2020 to 2023, and its impacts were global. The Horn of Africa suffered historic drought, pushing millions toward famine. The U.S. Southwest endured years of dryness, fueling wildfires and draining reservoirs. Meanwhile, eastern Australia and Pakistan faced catastrophic floods, with cities submerged and millions displaced. These events showed how La Niña can bring both crippling drought and devastating floods, often intensified by climate change. The impacts are not evenly shared. Some regions bear the brunt. As another La Niña looms, these recent memories are urgent warnings. We must use what we've learned to prepare and build resilience. Forecasting La Niña is a triumph of science, and a tool that saves lives. For farmers, it means planting drought-resistant crops or conserving water. For health officials, it's a chance to prepare for disease outbreaks linked to changing rainfall. Emergency agencies can ready supplies and reinforce infrastructure ahead of storms or floods. Early warnings turn potential disasters into manageable events. In a world where climate patterns are shifting, knowledge and preparation are our best defenses. Investing in climate science and acting on forecasts helps us adapt to a more volatile world. The whispers of La Niña are a call to action. Listen, prepare, and build a safer future together.